And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He finds Corey Davis. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Second down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw. Parker. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Anytime a ball is thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that will make our score 9-0. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On first down, Cameron flushed out right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down. Cameron finds a seam inside the 40. Got an open man. It's Scott. And finally brought down at the 38. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Detroit! We got three, fellas. We got three. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first and 10, Cameron buying time to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Watch him now, Barney.
To throw on second down, Cameron. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Solomon Thomas, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. To throw on third down, Cameron. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. On fourth down, Cameron. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. First and 10 right at the 20.
Over!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
To throw is Parker on first and 10. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15.
Here we go. White, 90. White.
Now Parker operating from the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go.
Here's Parker. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the gun, Cameron. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here we go. White 90.
Operating from the gun. Parker. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw. Cameron. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney!
On 1st down, Cameron over the middle. That's caught by Meredith. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Detroit! Tight end right. Gun!
Looking to throw on second down. Camera. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Throwing on first down. Cameron throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
We got three.
From the gun, Cameron. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Cameron. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Now let's go. 3-19.
A final shot before break. Cameron. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Thomas the intended target. And it's 3rd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Lutz's kick is good. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw on 2nd down. Cameron finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st down, Cameron. And Thomas has it. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Cameron. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Detroit! Set! 3-19!
From the gun on 3rd down, Cameron. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Throwing on 1st down. Cameron escaping the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cameron going for the deep, and he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Back to throw. Parker. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing to start the drive. Cameron, throw left side, complete. That's Charles. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Cameron flushed out right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Max 50, Max 50, Max 50.
To throw on second down, Cameron. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Pick, baby. You see it all day. Pick.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Ohio!
Looking to throw. Parker. And that is caught for the 2 points. And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. A big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Throwing after the interception. Cameron completes this one to Meredith. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On first down, Cameron flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to throw on second down. Cameron. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. There he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Carlson on for the PAT. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Steps away to his left. Gets it to Meredith complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line brought down there. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Gun!
To throw on second down, Cameron. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On third down, Cameron. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, we got 3 down. Detroit! Over!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. The safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again to Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Single. Ohio.
Parker now throwing on 3rd and long. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had... And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Solomon Thomas in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cameron. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor. And it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw on 3rd down, Cameron. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to Meredith. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Throwing on 1st down. Cameron. He gives it to Thomas. Dropped at the 35. Able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Cameron. Flushed out right. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Cameron. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Cameron. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Cameron. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
85 is coming, 85.
From the gun, Cameron. And it is incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. That one looks like he'll throw here. Man open left side is Brown. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the time they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Going for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Throwing to start the drive. Cameron, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Detroit! Detroit! Got three down.
Operating from the gun. Cameron over the middle, complete. It's Charles. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. The Saints on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Cameron eluding the pressure right. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Detroit! Detroit!
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun, Cameron. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
From the gun, Cameron. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Detroit!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Minnesota, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.